Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. Welcome to a presentation of our 2019 Mets using Deep Drive Baseball. This is your host, CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to your home for tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, chats, everything you can want on a YouTube channel is right here. You need go no farther than this. And let's see right now. We can get a little bit of the crowd into it. Because here at this stadium, we're allowing the crowds to come together. Thousands and thousands of people. All together watching a baseball game. This is the Alternative Universe Station. Wesley King, welcome, my friend. How are you? I hope everybody's surviving the coronavirus. I'm still in one piece. I got you, Wesley. No problem, my friend. It's good to see that you stopped by to say hello. And the way you play Deep Drive Baseball, this is a 50-50. You start with the batter card. Then you go to the pitcher card. You have a ballpark card as well. We'll put that down here. And you read the red, then the white. And then if you need to, you read the green. Let's start. Scott Kingery steps in against Noah Syndergaard. Let me take a quick peek at the lineups for tonight. We're using Replay Baseball to keep all our stats. The Mets are 40-48. And it's Syndergaard for the Mets against Arrita for the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are 46-42. The Mets won the first game of this series. And the Mets defense is going to be Dominic Smith in left field and Conforto in center. And right field is going to be McNeil, the flying squirrel. Third base is the Todd father, Todd Frazier. Shortstop is Ahmed Rosario, number 1. Robbie Cano. And then at second base, and Pete Alonso at first base. Behind the plate tonight is Nito, Thomas Nito. And on the mound is Syndergaard. And let's see if I can take a quick peek at what Syndergaard is bringing us. Syndergaard has a 5.03 ERA. He has a 5.03 ERA. Let me see if I can click on Syndergaard and see some of his stats. Even right click, I can't do anything here. I could probably see. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can click on Syndergaard there. There is his stats. I figured out how to do it. All right, so Syndergaard, that's his batting stats. Let's see his pitching stats. Oh, he's 4-5 with a 5.03 ERA. All right, here goes to Scott Kingery. That's a 98. We're going to have to figure out what kind of an out that is. It's a rip to the shortstop. Rosario guns it to first in time to get Kingery hustling down the line. 1 up, 1 down here in Philadelphia at excuse me, in Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, New York. Yeah, crowds of thousands, my friend. Crowds of thousands. All right, so it's 6-3. And we're going to just, one click gets it done for us in this game. Replay Baseball PC. You can try it out for free. You have no outlay. You can hold on to your hard-earned dollars. You're going to probably need them. This is going to last a few months. That's going to be a 96. And again, a ball that's grounded to short. And Rosario is there and fires the first. 2 out. 2 grounders to shortstop to start the ball game off for Noah Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard's got a 5 ERA. Let's see if he can have a little bit of a better game and get that down a little bit. It's going to be an 81 this time, and the 9 is a fly ball, center field. Skied for Conforto. He's there, makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Thor, Noah Syndergaard. Thor, I believe, came over in that trade that sent that knuckleballer, that Met knuckleballer who I think won the Cy Young. Can't remember his name. Sent him to Toronto. And Syndergaard was one of the guys in that deal. Let me see. Where's my So Jake Arrieta, he's a right-handed pitcher. 8-8 record with a 4.64 ERA in 24 games, 135 innings pitched. He's going to be facing the flying squirrel, Jeff McNeil. Steps into the box from the left side. Arrieta looks in for the sign, winds and deals. And that's a deep drive off of Jeff McNeil's card. Back goes Harper, back goes Kingery, and that ball is off the wall. And that's going to be a double for McNeil, a leadoff double for the flying squirrel. So gave that ball a ride deep right center field. Harper had to play it off the wall, and McNeil was into second base easily. Pete Alonso now right-handed hitter. Going to have to roll that extra 20 to look for that 1. That's a 49er, and a 2 is a comebacker to Arrieta. And he's going to check McNeil. And over to first, 1 away. That's a ground ball, 1-3. Pitcher to first baseman. Next is Robbie Cano, left-handed hitting Robbie Cano. Here's the pitch from Arrieta. Oh, that's a 1. That's a potential 52. We're going to have to check and see if there's a wild pitch or a pass ball. Let's see what it says. 52 is a wild pitch, B, C, D, or F. And Arrieta is going to be a D, so that's a wild pitch. And Realmuto scrambles for that ball, and McNeil makes a turn around third base. So Cano now with a run that can score on a ground to the second. The infield's back. Or a fly ball, or a medium fly ball, which should score McNeil from third. So this is an opportunity, RBI opportunity for Robbie Cano. That's a 96 and a 2, and that's slow grounded to first base. That's going to get McNeil home. 1-0 Mets. It's unassisted Hoskins. RBI for Cano. And it's Michael Conforto. Let me get rid of the 20-sided die. Here's a pitch to Michael Conforto. That's a 47. And an 8 is a high fly, left field. Bruce is in left field. And he settles under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up a run on that soft, medium grounder to first base. The leadoff double by McNeil, the wild pitch, and then a soft grounder, medium grounder to first base, got the run home. Noah Syndergaard versus Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins on the season got 20 home runs, 238 batting average. And that's an 80, and a 7 is a fly ball right field. Goes the opposite way. 1 up, 1 down. JT Realmuto batting .308 on the season with 13 home runs. Here's the pitch, and that's a 46 and a 0. That's lined and caught by the leaping Rosario. Oh, he timed that perfectly. Rosario with a web gem catch. Didn't think he was going to reach it, but he really timed it perfectly. Does he play basketball? I don't know, but he can really jump. All right, Jay Bruce, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That's a 77. That's going to be a defensive check. Uh-oh. This is going to be real complicated. It's going to take a long time. I may have to go back to college for this. Let's see what happens. Oh, a 73, and that says it's a it's short. Ground ball and pass the diving Rosario into left field. Smith plays it. So Bruce goes the opposite way and gets a single, a 2-out single for Jay Bruce, and now that brings up Cesar Hernandez, 303 average with 8 home runs. We're going to roll that 20-sided die, and it's a 2. All right, the pitch from Syndergaard. That's a 0-5, and that's going to be line base hit. And Bruce, who is going to basically hold up. He's not going to try for third with 2 outs, so he's going to hold up at second. First and second with 2 outs, and it's Michael Franco. Michael Franco's got 9 home runs, a 190 batting average. Here's the pitch, and that's a 0-5, and that's line base hit. And Bruce, I think, may score on this, and the ball is lined to left center field, and he does score. Coming around to score is Jay Bruce. And going over to third is going to be Cesar Hernandez. So you got an RBI single. Game is tied by Michael Franco. And you got runners on first and third now, 2 outs, and it's going to bring up Jake Arrieta. Jake Arrieta against Noah Syndergaard. And Franco's on at first, and Hernandez on at third. Syndergaard looks in for the sign. He sets and he deals. There we go. There's the pitch. That's a 68, and that's strike 3, and the side is retired. But they pick up a run to tie it all. And we go to the bottom half of the second. It's going to be the Todd father leading it off, followed by Dominic Smith, and then it's going to be Ahmed Rosario. Jake Arrieta looks in for the sign, and he deals. That's a 12, and that's a ball 4. So Frazier walks down at first base. Throw that 20-sided die, looking for a 1. Nothing there. Dominic Smith. That's a 69, and a 69 is a strikeout. Down swinging goes Dom Smith. Ahmed Rosario. That's a 29er. 29er is an 8. That's a fly ball. Right center field over his Kingery. Harper's there, though, and Harper makes the catch. We got 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Frazier's on at first on that walk, and it's Thomas Nido. Thomas Nido won a batting title in the minor leagues, but he just hasn't been able to translate that into really big league hitting success. Not a very good throwing arm. I don't think he threw out a batter all last year. Yeah, so he's definitely, a negative on the defensive end when he's behind the plate. And here's the pitch from Arrita. That's a 95, and an 8 is a fly ball, shallow left field. Bruce racing in, back goes Segura, and Bruce makes the catch. They just avoid a collision in left field. That was a close call out there. And that retires the side. We're in Citi Field, beautiful downtown Flushing. It's about 25 minutes from Manhattan when it's not rush hour. You can get here by the 7L train, and you get off at Willets Point, Citi Field. It's still early enough for you to come down and enjoy the game. Scott Kingery, Noah Syndergaard. Top of the third. Here's the pitch, 21, and that's a strikeout. So Noah blows a fastball by Kingery. Segura now 0-6, and that's a deep drive. Segura gets a hold of one, drives it deep into left center field gap, and that ball is one hop off the wall, and they're going to get that in quickly to second base, but not in time. He's in there under the tag, Cano, with a nice quick tag, but Segura slid under that tag, so that's a one-out double for Gene Segura. Gene Segura batted .280 with 12 home runs in 144 games. I thought he was out more with injuries, but I was wrong. I'm wrong. So won't be the first time, won't be the last. Bruce Harper, left-handed hitter. Bruce Harper hit 35 home runs, 114 RBIs, batted .260. And we're going for that. That's a 23, and a 23 is a strikeout. Syndergaard rings up the $300 million man. We can rebuild him. All right. Rhys Hoskins. Segura, second base. Syndergaard gives him a look, and Rosario is jumping back and forth, as is Cano. And here's the pitch to Hoskins, and that's a 0-0. Uh-oh. He gets a hold of that one. Rhys Hoskins drives that deep to left field. Smith back to the wall, and that's off the top of the wall and rolls away from Smith. And Smith after Segura around to score easily. And Hoskins is man, he's making it to third base barely, and the throw not in time. That's Hoskins with a triple. I didn't think he was going to make it to third base there. Holy smokes. And he's smiling. His teammates are smiling. That's a triple for Rhys Hoskins, a 2-out triple off the wall in left field. I was off the bat. I thought that was gone for sure. Hit off the top of the wall. And now it's JT Realmuto. The Phillies lead it by a score of 2-1. Here's the pitch, and we're going to use that. That's a 66, and that is strike 3, and that retires the side. All right, but they pick up one, and they take a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom half of the third. Noah Syndergaard, the batter. It's a 94 and a 7. That's fly ball, shallow right. Harper in, makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. And it's the flying squirrel, Jeff McNeil. And it's a 35 and a 4, and that's a ground ball chopped to Franco. Franco charging it, bare hands it, throw to first in time. And McNeil was hustling down that line. Turned on the Jets, and he was flying and he thinks he beat it. He's looking in the dugout. He wants them to review this thing, and let's see what Mickey Callaway says. And they're holding it up. The Mets bench is holding up. And it looks like, nope, he's out. He's out at first base. We can see that here on the replay, but it's a close play at first base. That's 1 out. That should be 2 outs. It's a 5-3 put out. And they corrected the scoreboard now. All right, Pete Alonso with 2 outs. 2-1 Phillies, bottom of the third. 2019 replay, 43, and that's off Alonso's card. An 8 is a deep drive, right field. Harper back and makes the catch on the warning track. And that retires the side. But even, the balls are carrying, just not over the fence. It's going to be Jay Bruce. Batting lefty versus Noah Syndergaard. 47 and 8. And that's a fly ball, left field. He goes to the opposite way. Little flare. And Dom Smith is there. 1 up, 1 down. Cesar Hernandez, an 83. That's going to be off Syndergaard, and that's a 6. That's a hard hit, ground ball, ripped to short. And Rosario scoops it, guns it to first in time to get Hernandez. Next is Michael Franco. Here's the pitch, and it's a 56. And a 56 is a ground ball through the left side into Dominic Smith for a 2-out single from Michael Franco. And we're going to roll that 20-sided die, see if we get that one, and we don't. A 0-5, and that's strike 3. Arrita couldn't handle the heat from Syndergaard. That's going to retire the side. All right, Robbie Cano is leading us off here against Arrieta in the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1 Phillies using deep drive baseball, and that's ball 4. So Cano walks. He's on at first. Now, he's not a threat to steal, but Arrieta is going to throw over there. Calling card throw to first base. Michael Conforto. Hey, somebody's here. You're enjoying Deep Drive. It is clear. Thanks for showing, and thanks for coming by, Wesley King. Hey, Clinton Parks is in the house. 31350 fans cheering on Syndergaard. Traffic was jammed, and parking lots are full. Well, they used to park all over the grass. They still do, pretty much under the bridge there, under the Whitestone. There's a little Whitestone overpass that goes over the waterway there through Flushing. And they park underneath that area there. That's right across from Flushing Bay, and you can hear the plans land when you're living anywhere in that area. I lived about 1.5 miles from there on 77th Street for a very long time, and 31st Avenue. You can look that up right across the street from the little shopping center. And Michael Conforto now with Cano on at first base. There's nobody out, and Jake Arrieta looks in for the sign, and he sets and deals. Oh, and we didn't roll for the wild pitch, and it's not a wild pitch. That's a 10 off Conforto's card, and that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks. So he's losing the strike zone a little bit here. So, and Real Muto's going to run out to talk to Arrieta. That's 1 visit. And Todd Frazier's coming up. He's a right-handed hitter batting, let me tell you, in the season replay, we're game 89. Frazier's got 7 home runs, 187 average, 187 average in 200 at bats, 66 games. Todd Frazier, here's the pitch. And that's a 33 and a 5. And a 5 is going to be a hard hit ground ball at Segura. And he whips it to Hernandez. The relay to first. Hoskins with the scoop in time. So it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs. Going to third is Cano. And Segura, he's a 4. I think he needs to be a 5 to get that play to third base. Let me just double check that real quick. If he's a 5, he goes to third, and there's very few 5s. Runners on first and second, a P. If Fielder's a 5, he gets the lead runner. He's not a 5, but he's close. Segura is actually, oh no, it's Kingery. Kingery is a 4 at shortstop, whereas Segura is a 2 at shortstop, so he's way worse than Kingery at short. But still, they don't have a 5 for that. So that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs now. It's 2-1 Phillies, and Cano goes to third, and it's Dom Smith. He's a left-handed hitter. We're rolling 20-sided die to see if there's a 1 there. That's a 63, and that's a ball 4. And Arrieta doesn't like it. He's staring down at the umpire, the home plate umpire. And that's the 3rd walk by Arrieta in this inning. All right, it's Ahmed Rosario. Ahmed Rosario is batting 276 with 8 home runs. In reality, he batted 287 with 15 home runs, so he's right about where he should be. And here's the pitch, and that's a 40 and a 4, and that's a ground ball chopped to second. Hernandez whips it to Hoskins, and that retires the side. Can't get that right now, my friend. I will call you in a little bit. All right. So we go to the top of the 5th now. Syndergaard versus Scott Kingery. That's a 73, and that's a strikeout. So Noah Syndergaard blows a fastball by Kingery for the first out. 1 up, 1 down. Gene Segura, he's next. A 90 and a 6, and that's a hard hit. Ground ball in the hole. Rosario backhands it with a long throw to first. In time. Great play. Rosario, 6-3. 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 2-1 Phillies. We are playing this in Flushing, Queens, New York. Citi Field. You can go to the Shake Shack and enjoy ice cold giant shake, about 1,800 calories. Just make sure you get back home and do your treadmill or your bike or whatever else you're gonna need to do a lot of that if you're gonna drink one of those shakes. Bryce Harper, power hitting right fielder for the Phillies, the $300 million man. Here's the pitch. That's an 85. Oh man, you didn't have to pay anybody to do that. That's a medium ground ball to short. Rosario waits back a second, now charges, fires the first, and that retires the side. Arrita versus Nito. Bottom of the 5th. We're moving and grooving here. 20 is a strikeout. Curveball gets Nito. Syndergaard. That's a 56, and that's a single line base hit to right. Syndergaard on with a base knock. Go to Manhattan, 44th Street. Virgil's BBQ. Yeah, it's touristy, but the food is pretty good. All right. O'Neill's on with a single. Now it's Jeff McNeil, the flying squirrel, against Jake Arrieta. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. And that's a 77 and a 5, and that's going to be a defensive call. We don't know what kind of defensive call that is. Let's see what it becomes. And that's a 91, and that makes us look right here. And that's a center fielder. Who's in the center field? Kingery is a 3, I believe. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. And that's line to center field. And Kingery looks like he was going to catch it and then kind of step back and let it drop in front of him. So Noah Syndergaard is going to stop at second base. And let's check Kingery's Scott Kingery here. Let's see. Why can't we find him? I see why I can't find him. He's not there. He's here. In center field, Scott Kingery is a 3. Okay, perfect. So we played it perfectly. First and second. And it's Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is batting 226 with 22 home runs. He's got monster power, that kid Alonso. He's actually from Spain. His parents came to Queens during the Spanish Civil War, I believe. Eventually moved to Florida. But he's Spanish. All right, Pete Alonso. First and second, Syndergaard on second. McNeil at first. 1 out. The pitch from Arrieta. We're throwing that extra 20 to see if we get that 1, and that's going to be a 16, and that's ball 4. So Alonso walks and loads the bases. Good eye by Alonso. Held back on that last pitch. That was right there, right on the line. Could have gone either way. Again, Arrieta not happy with the home plate umpire. And it's Robbie Cano. It's a 2-1 game. The Mets have the bases loaded with only 1 out. And here in the bottom of the 5th, the Phils are going to play the infield in. So everybody's on the 1 foot on the grass. They're looking to go to the plate on this. See if they can pull off a double play. Let's see what happens. That's a 0-7. That's line base hit center field, and Kingery is going to cut it off in the gap, and scoring easily is Syndergaard. McNeil, they may try to score McNeil on this, and I think they may just throw caution to the wind. And they're going to have to roll to score, and he's going to be, I think he's going to be out. Hold on a second, that's too low. Very, very low or very, very high is not good. And a 0-0-3 is out. So Kingery cuts it off, and he throws a strike to home plate. Real Muto with the tag, and out unless fielder covering bag is rated a 1 or lower, and that's not going to happen. Oh, but it looks like they're going to charge Real Muto with an error for dropping the throw. He had it and somehow rolled out of his glove. Oh, that's not Tom. Real Muto is going to get charged with an error. No, wait. That's only if he was 1 or lower. They dropped. They dropped the throw. Yeah, no, he held on. He held on to the throw. The umpire saying that he dropped it after the tag was put on McNeil. So Alonso is going to go to second base on the throw home. So let's see what happens there. You know what? I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to do that a different way. So it's going to be a single by Cano. I'm going to go into detail. It's going to be a single by Cano. And the runner at third is going to score. No, he's going to be out at home. And that's going to be from center field to catcher. And going to second is going to be base logic error. Okay. So I didn't do it right. Let's cancel that and do one. Go back. And I'll do it a little bit more slowly. I didn't want to do that. Okay, that wasn't good. Alonso walked. Thank God I remember that. Okay, Alonso walked. And now Cano. I did it again. Alonso walked. I keep on hitting the wrong one. I keep on hitting the eraser. There's an eraser and there's a pencil. And I have to hit where it says detail. Okay, so it's going to be a single. One runner scores. Third base runner goes home. He's safe. Runner on second base is out at home. And that's going to be the center fielder. It's going to throw to the catcher. And then the batter doesn't let me go move the batter to second base. Yeah. Because it's a single, so fielder putouts do not equal the. Okay, wait a second. Let's see if I can get that now. Oh, I see what that is. No. All right. So let's do that. Okay. Alonso's going to stop it at second base. So Alonso stops at second. There's 2 outs now. The game is tied thanks to Robbie Cano. Unfortunately for the Mets, Kingery throws out McNeil trying to score. And now it's Michael Conforto, first and second. And that's a 52, and that's a deep drive off Conforto's back. Gets a hold of one, drives it deep to right field. And Harper and Kingery back. And that ball is one hop off the wall, and that's going to score Alonso easily. They're going to try to score Cano, I believe. They're waving Cano around. This could be another assist for an outfielder. Where's that? Where's Cano? There he is. He's going to be a double. Yep, we're going to roll for Cano to try to score here. Let's see what happens. And he's out at the plate. Oh, my God. Bryce Harper throws out Cano trying to score, but the Mets take the lead on the double. Oh, something happened there. All right. Let's see. Conforto with the double. Cano is going to be out at the plate, so we're going to have to erase that. We're going to go into detail. It's going to be a double. And one run, the runner on batter is safe. Runner on is home. Okay, he's going to be out. So Cano's going to be out. It's going to be 9-2. And that's all she wrote for the inning. So 2 outfield assists. They gave 2. Right, you're right. The Mets pick up 2 runs. They take the lead, 3-2. On the double by Michael Conforto. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Noah Syndergaard against Rhys Hoskins. That's a 30, what is that, 39 and an 8. That's a fly ball, right field. Right there's McNeil. 1 up, 1 down. Next is JT Realmuto. And a 75 and a 7. That's a strikeout. 7 had nothing to do with it. Jay Bruce with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Jay Bruce. A 57. That's going to be line. Base hit to right. McNeil plays it in on a hop. Gets it to Cano. 2-out single for Jay Bruce. He's on at first. Cesar Hernandez, left-handed hit. Well, he's a switch hitter batting lefty versus Syndergaard. Going to start having to count up. Syndergaard can go 10, and Jake Arrieta can go 9. He may have reached his limit. We got to check and see. Here's the pill. We got to roll that. It's a 17 and a 28. 28 is going to be a line and caught by the third baseman, Todd Frazier. He's positioned exactly where he needed to be to catch that liner off the bat of Cesar Hernandez. That's going to retire the side. All right. So it's Todd Frazier leading it off against Arrieta. Let's check and see the box score, see how many times Arrieta has been through the lineup. 2 times, plus he's given up a run that's 3 minus 3. So has he gone 6 or 5? He's got only 5, so this is his last inning. Here's the pitch to Todd Frazier, an 83 and a 9er. And that's a fly ball deep center field. Kingery on the run and on the warning track makes the catch. Great catch by Kingery out there. Fly ball deep center field. So he gave it a ride, but just didn't have the carry. Next is Dom Smith. Here's the pitch. Oh, it knocked over. There was a 1 there. It got knocked over. That's a 90. And a 7 is a fly ball right field. Harper towards the line, hooking away from him. And he's there, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Next is Ahmed Rosario. See you later, King. I call him King, but it's Kring, but I can hardly see that R. And Ahmed Rosario, 0-9er, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So, no, that's not good. I'm not going to even talk about what that was. All right, let's move on here. Let's take a little sip of our drink. Hope everybody's keeping sane under the stresses of the coronavirus. I'm doing this for you guys. So you have a little fun with this and put everything else out of your mind. I'm doing it as well as for myself as well. Thomas Nido, Jake Arrieta. Gonna roll that 20-sided, see if there's a 1 there. This is deep drive baseball. You can get it for $12. They got the 71. They got 85. They got 2001. They got a few seasons, and they're making more. That's an 86 and an 86. 6 is a hard hit grounded to short. Segura up with it, fires the first in time, and that. Actually, he's going to go to second base. It's much shorter for him. 6-4, and that retires the side. So it's Michael Franco now. Since Syndergaard can, and let me check out how much. So Syndergaard has gone. Oh, he's running into trouble this inning. He may only be able to go a couple of batters here because they're towards the end of the lineup. That'll be his 4th time. He's gone 3 around once. He's given up a run. That's 4. And that's going to be 10 for him. That's going to be 10. Well, it's actually 9 right now. With those 2 batters, that'll be his 10 points. So he can go 2 batters, and then we're going to bring in somebody else. So let him go the 2 batters. He's going to go to Franco. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard, an 81 of Franco. And that's a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop, Rosario. Rosario up with it. Long throw to first in time, 6-3, 1 up, 1 down. And Jake Arrieta, we're going to see a pinch hitter now. This is where the game starts slowing down just a tad. Towards the late innings of these modern games, you got to start, it's just, you're going to have to start doing pinch hitters and so forth and so on. In this game, Arrieta, we had Sean Rodriguez and Brad Miller. And then Ed Garcia is going to come in. We have J.D. Hammer, Suarez, a lefty, Hunter, Alvarez, all those guys. Actually, Neris. I know all these guys. They play. The Mets play them a lot. They're in their division, so the Mets are always playing. Here comes Sean Rodriguez to pinch hit, and this is an opportunity for the Mets to. We're going to let them go one more. Oh, no, not that one. Sean Rodriguez is going to come in to pinch hit. He's an ex-Tampa Bay, an old Tampa Bay Ray. He was one of those guys that could do everything. He could versatile guy who can play the infield, the outfield. He can pinch run, very athletic type. Those are the types that Joe Madden likes to hire and kind of move about like on a chessboard. And it's going to be Sean Rodriguez. Played with the Pirates for a few years. And he's a switch hit. He's a righty. I thought he was a lefty. He's a righty. And that means that he's gonna be at a disadvantage here. So I don't even know if they want to. You know what? I'm gonna have to back out of that. Remove sub. I'm gonna go back in there, and I'm gonna pinch hit Brad Harper. Let me see if I can. No, not Brad Harper. Brad what? Not Harper. That's not his name. Wait a second. You probably know, and you're sitting there saying, "Oh, it's this name, dummy." His name is Brad something or other. Let's see. Should be able to find him soon. Hate this. When you buy this set, it comes with like 50 cards per team. So when you got to find somebody, I usually try to separate them. And I do separate them more often than not. Don't always separate them. Just depends how I feel. And right now, it's just kind of feeling lazy, so I didn't bother to do that. Oh, Brad Miller. And Brad Miller's going to come in for pinch hit. I'm sorry. I thought they called on Sean Rodriguez, but they did not. So, let's see. Da-da. And it's real easy. You click on Brad Miller's coming up, pinch hitter. And we're going to let Syndergaard face Brad Miller. Here's the pitch. It's a 48 and a 2, and that's a comebacker to Syndergaard. Nice play. Feels his position. Throws out Miller. And out comes Mickey Callaway. That's going to be it for Syndergaard. Who are they going to bring in? Who are they going to call? Who are you going to call, Mickey? We don't know. Let's find out. They're going to call 3-2 ball game Mets. They're going to call Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo's coming in. All right. Well, actually, he went 2 innings yesterday. So I don't know that he can pitch again. We're going to bring in Gazelman instead of Lugo. We don't want to abuse. We don't want to be abusers. That's a terrible thing to be. The world doesn't need any more abusers. There's plenty of those around. So we're going to bring in Gazelman. I believe Gazelman was around during this time. He's on my roster. I can just click on Syndergaard and it'll show me Gazelman. Yeah. He's there, so he's probably going to come in. I'm just double checking the box score for the. Let's do it for this game, and then we'll do it. Yeah, Gazelman pitches in this game, so let's grab Gazelman. He's a decent pitcher. He can hold his own. We are in the top of the 7th here. Nobody's on. There's 2 outs. Scott Kingery. You know what? We can pitch with Syndergaard. We'll pitch with Syndergaard and let him be fatigued for 1 batter. It's not the end of the world. So it's going to be Scott Kingery now. There's the pitch. That's a 21. That's going to become a 71, which is a strikeout. If we leave it at a 21, it's a strikeout. So either way, strike 3, inning over, and that's probably going to be it for Syndergaard today. He's up. He's due up. So that was a good move. That was a good move. And who are we going to bring in to pinch hit? Guillorme. Guillorme is going to come in to pinch hit. And now we can look for Gazelman. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and I hate to use that term kill. I don't mean to use that term. I don't think birds need to be killed with 1 or 2 stones at this point. Let's not kill anything in this time of the Ebola virus, the coronavirus. So Guillorme and Gesellman, and then eventually we're going to bring in Diaz for the 9th. But that's a long way away. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-2 Mets here in beautiful downtown Flushing, Queens. Come and join us, and you will have a blast. Beautiful stadium. All right. A lot of diehard Met fans here. And it's going to be, Guillorme is going to be pinch hitting. And we're going to get a new pitcher. Who is the new pitcher? It's going to be, you know what? They're bringing a righty to avoid seeing Tommy Hunter's coming in. We want to avoid J.D. Davis, who's a much better hitter than Guillorme. So I'd rather see Guillorme come up. So Tommy, did I call him Davis? Tommy Hunter. Oh no, I was thinking J.D. Davis. All right. So it's Tommy Hunter versus a pinch hitter, Luis Guillorme. Here's a pitch. Let me switch Guillorme in there. I didn't do that yet. And that's a 70-something, or rather a 78 off Hunter's card, and that's going to be a fly ball, shallow center field. Kingery racing in, and he gets there. 1 up, 1 down. McNeil now. There's the pitch, 31-2. And that's a comebacker to Hunter. Hunter feels his position, throws out the flying squirrel, 1-3. 2 up, 2 down for Tommy Hunter. Next is Pete Alonso. That's a 13, and that's ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk to the Polar Bear. That's his nickname, the Polar Bear. Let me give you a score update. The Phils have 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors here in the bottom of the 7th. New York has 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. So they're up by a run. Robbie Cano, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th, Tommy Hunter looks in for the sign. He sets, he winds and deals, and the pitch, and it's a 38. The 3 is a hard hit ground ball down the line for Franco. Oh, he backhanded. Long throw to first in time. You know, that Robinson Cano does not run that well anymore, so he had plenty of time. He probably had more time than he thought. But threw it in the dirt, but a nice little scoop over there by Rhys Hoskins. And that retires the side. All right. It's going to be Gesellman now coming in here in the top of the 8th. Mets probably expect to get an inning out of Gesellman. He's going to face Gene Segura. Here's the pitch. That's a 17, and that's, a defensive check. That's going to be interesting. All right, we roll a 56, and that's going to be some sort of 56. Second baseman, that's a ground ball, and through the right side, just past the outstretched glove of Robbie Cano. Doesn't have the range anymore. That's a leadoff single for Gene Segura. Gene Segura is a 1A, but the hold is a -1, and it's a 1A. We're not, well, you know what? We'll roll for the, it's got to be really low, and that's not low enough, so nothing happens. All right, so he tried to get a jump. He could not, and it's Bryce Harper. And you know what? The Mets are going to bring in a lefty to face Bryce Harper. Under this circumstance, they're going to bring in a lefty. It's going to be Wilson. Justin Wilson. I will make sure that Justin Wilson is around. I don't want to use a guy. You know what? I have his card, and let me quickly look at the bullpen. And Wilson's there, so we're going to bring in Wilson to face the lefty Bryce Harper. Here's the pitch to Bryce Harper with a man on first, 33, and that's strike 3. So Wilson strikes him out on the curveball. Rhys Hoskins. And who comes up after Rhys Hoskins? The 2 righties. So now they're going to go back. The Mets are going to go back to the bullpen. And they're going to bring in it's 1 out. So it's still not enough for Diaz. Diaz is horrible, but he's a 1 out. He's a 1 inning guy, a 3-out guy. The Mets did not use him ever for 4-out save. Although the announcers were always calling on him at the beginning before they knew what he was really about. So we're going to get Jerry Familia. Yeah, it's really hard to pronounce it. I just say Jerry. I mean, I could be. I can't. I think they say Jerris, something like that. It doesn't matter. Jerry Familia. And all right, so he's going to be facing Rhys Hoskins. I'm going to roll that one. We got to roll it twice. Oh, it won. It's a wild pitch, potential wild pitch. And let's see what happens. That's a 37. What is that going to say? 37 says, wow, C, D, or F. And Jerry Familia is a C, so that's a wild pitch. Spikes one, and that's going to roll to the wall. And Nito, after it, a big turn around second base by Segura. So it's a wild pitch. Segura over to second base. So now the tying run is on at second base, and it's Jerry Familia. Looks in for the sign against Rhys Hoskins. Definitely not going to walk him and put the go-ahead run on base. That makes absolutely no baseball sense. So I'm not going to do that. Never said that, but I have 5 seasons running on NP, NG, and a few others. Honey Bunnies from D8 Bronx. All right. Let's see. Hoskins. Here's the pitch. That's a 71. Uh-oh. And that's ball 4. My God. He's horrible. So he walks Hoskins. That puts the go-ahead run at first base. And now it's Realmuto. JT Realmuto. Here's the pitch. That's foul back. A souvenir for a lucky fan. Again. And that's a 32 and a 4. And that's going to be a hard hit ground ball to third base. Frazier to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Big play by Frazier. On a hard hit double play ball. It had to be hard hit for Frazier to go around the horn like that. Especially with Realmuto, who's a super fast catcher at the plate. But it's going to be a 5-4-3, and that ends the inning. Wow. That was unexpected. So Jerry Familia does a great job. That's unexpected as well. All right, it's going to be Conforto's up, so we're going to bring in Jose Alvarez to pitch. Jose Alvarez. You know that I'm using Replay Baseball on the computer. I got to show you guys how to use this. This is gorgeous, man. This is gorgeous. Does everything for you. Makes a beautiful box score at the end or at any time. You can look at the box score. Gorgeous. Everything's in place. You know, you got all your changes. Really, technology is amazing. So let's see if the Mets can hold on to this one. It's a 3-2 game. Let's see if they can pick up a couple of insurance runs. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? If you're a Mets fan and you're watching this, let's go Mets. Oh, that's fouled. Pulled foul, the right side. Bounce off the net. Lucky they got those nets down there now. Otherwise, you can count on a few of the fans going out on stretchers. So Michael Conforto is batting .284 with 20 home runs. Conforto hit 33 home runs. Here's the pitch from Alvarez, the lefty. That's a 44, and that's a deep drive center field. Kingery on the run near the track and makes the catch. Nice stretch by Kingery out there to haul that ball in. And that's going to be 1 out. Next is Todd, the Todd Father Frazier. And that's a 33 off the Todd Father. And the 9 is a fly ball, this time to medium center field. Kingery, out of breath a little bit after making that long run for the fly out by Conforto. Makes the catch. There's 2 outs, and in the bottom of the 8th, it's 3-2 Mets. Can the Mets hold on? That's the excitement. Can the Mets hold on? 3-2 would be nice. Now we're going to bring in, you know what? We're going to bring in JT Davis for a pinch hitter, and I believe out comes Gabe Kepler, and Gabe Kepler is going to make a change. He's going to the right-hander. He's going to the right-hander, J.D. Hammer. All right, and it's going to be pinch hitter, Davis. All right, so nobody on, 2 outs. J.D. Hammer versus J.D. Davis. J.D. versus J.D. Look at that. That's a 96, and the 4 is a hard hit ground ball to short. Segura in the hole, long throw to first, in time, and that retires the side. 6-3. Edwin Diaz is coming in. He had a horrible season for a reliever. My God. Edwin Diaz gave up 15 home runs in the 9th inning. Had a 2-7 record with I don't know how many blown saves. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just don't want to quote an erroneous number. Had a 5.59 ERA for a guy that was dominant the year prior in 2018 with the Seattle Mariners. He was dominant and came to the Mets and just could not control his slider. Walk guys, had to come in with the fastball, and they were pounding him. And, oh, man, that was a nightmare. I don't even want to think back about that. All right, so he's going to be facing Jay Bruce here. The Mets are holding on to a 3-2 lead, so it's very, very tight. And that's a 40 and a 4. That's a that's a little nubber to short. And Rosario better charge, and Heath barehands it, throw to first. Got him. Got Bruce at first base. Great play by Rosario on that slow ground to short where he decided that he was going to have to come full blast and barehanded. No chance for the glove exchange there on that one. Great play by Ahmed Rosario. Now, Ahmed really improved his defense in the second half of the season. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Mets are 2 out away from a 3-2 victory. Edwin Diaz looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 73, and strike 3. Blows a fastball by Cesar Hernandez. Edwin Diaz, ERA is 5.49 in the replay. So that's almost spot on. And he strikes out Hernandez here. And that's going to be Franco now. Franco has good power. I mean, Franco hit 17 home runs and 430 plate appearances. He's got a above average power. That would be a power hit, big time power hitter in 1976. Here's the pitch from Diaz. That's a 35 and a 9. That's a deep drive, center field. On the run is Conforto, and he makes the catch. And that's the ball game. The Mets pull it out. Fly ball, center field. And Noah Syndergaard is going to even his record at 5-5, lowers his ERA to 4.86. Jake Arrieta takes the loss. He's 8-6 now. Edwin Diaz gets his 19th save. Noah Syndergaard is going to be the MVP. Let me look at the box score real quick here. The Mets improved their record to 41-48, while the Phillies dropped to 46-43. They lost 2 in a row to the Mets. Let's see, what else? All right, looking over the Mets, the Flying Squirrel raised his average to 305 with 2 hits. He batted 318 on the season. Cano went 1 for 3, batting 282, and Conforto went 1 for 3, batting 283. Rosario went 1 for 3, batting 277. Noah Syndergaard 1 for 2, 059. Those were the hits for the Mets. And pitching, let's pick up our board, our keyboard. That was terrible. It went flying like that. Let's see very quickly here. Pitching-wise, Syndergaard went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits with 2 earned runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts, lowered his ERA to 4.86. He had a 4 ERA. It wasn't like he's way off. Robert Gazelman came in, faced the batter, gave up a hit. Then it was Wilson. He picked up a hold. He came in, went 1/3 of an inning, and struck out a batter. Familia came in, walked a batter, but then secured a double play ball that Frazier turned 5-4-3. That was huge. That got them out of the top of the 8th inning, and then it was the Top of the ninth inning, with Edwin Diaz came in, and he pitched one inning with one strikeout, no runs, no hits, no walks. So that was pretty good. Faced only 3 batters, lowered his ERA to 5.40. So this is CP Cards and Dice. What more can I say? The Mets win it. That's exciting, in exciting fashion. Don't know what else I'll do tonight. I'm going to take a little break and think about what else I want to do tonight. Remember that this is your home for tutorials and strategy and player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, unboxings, chats, and so much more. And this is your host, CP Cards and Dice, saying I will talk to you soon. So long.